Now back to Precode in an Adventure Comics number 181. And these DC books, other than having a little surface grime, are in really, really good condition. As far as the spine condition is excellent. Now, have I gone through and did the page count? No, I didn't. When I was purchasing it, I should have page counted every single one of the books. But the gentleman seemed to want to get through it pretty quickly. We talked about it, and that had a little bit to do with how the pricing came out. I did still give 40% of the total value. We maybe knocked a point or two off each book when we were grading them for the possibility of pages being missing in some of the books. Now, Precode Superboy, number 17. Now, if I missed that one of these books is a key issue, and you know what the key issue is, put it in there. I just bought this collection yesterday. I really was just looking at values, and I wasn't looking at whether it was a key issue or it wasn't. Of course, if it was none of them were a very high value book, like in the tens of thousands, so I just figured that none of them were key issues. But they might be minor keys that I don't know about or that I didn't research well enough. If you let me know, I'd appreciate it. Now we got Superboy 19. The wear on the spine of this book is severe. Gonna be a very low grade copy. The cover's not detached. I did check that when I was looking at this. Staples are popped, but still attached, which means either side's kind of soft, is very close to being separated between the two. I'm a very harsh grader. I would say this is a 1.5 or a 1.8. Your regular grading companies may give that a 3. Now, Precode Superman, number 78. I love this monster that he's got on there. Condition. There is more spine problems on this book than most of the books in the collection. Not only is there multiple spine ticks, and it's a thicker book, there's also a roll along the spine, which after laying flat has come out, but there is a color break all the way down. Again, very, very low grade. And I guess during that period, this is Superman 86, they had a thing for dragons, because here's Superman with another dragon. And this one is in much better condition. I don't know where all this, like all the spines have heavy soiling on them. The rest of the book presents really, really well. Move on to a little Precode Batman. This is number 60. Under 100 Batman, I'll take all day, every day. This presents better than pretty well. It could use a cleaning to make the yellow pop better. Another Precode Batman, number 72. Batman and Robin in the jungle in loincloths. Oh man, what was wrong with the people back then? It's just crazy, but a lot of fun. Black cover, it shows the couple of minor spine ticks. It has a lot of foxing where there's been some color loss at the top, which is usually more of a Marvel thing, but this DC book has some of it on there. But other than that, great condition. This is Code Book, Batman number 90. Of course, you can see the huge comics code in the corner. It's that purplish pink, maybe a magenta, which there is a lot of foxing down here. Some color loss, but not from. There are a few spine ticks, but the color loss on the spine, I don't know how well you can pick that up, but there is some, right along the very thin part, there is some color loss. I got them out of order, so I'm gonna rearrange them. Strange Tales, Atlas book, Precode, number 34, great robot cover. Man, I love that book. That one that'll probably stick around a little while. I keep saying that, and then somebody comes in and offers me a ridiculous amount of money for them, and I sell them. Now here's a Code Strange Tales number 39. Just shortly after the last one, the code came into effect. Pretty cool cover. Solid 3-4 range if I was grading it. Now we got a Precode Mystery Tales. I want to say this is Mystery Tales number 1. I guess that kind of makes it a key issue, being the first issue. They didn't put the number of the issue on the cover, but I kind of remember this being the number 1. Now, this is a low grade. It doesn't present low grade, but up here, we've lost a part of the spine all the way down, probably about almost a ½ inch. Part of it's there hanging on. Staples are popped, but attached. 2.5. Great looking book. I mean, it presents way better than it is. Find a number 1, go out, find it. It's out there, but what are you gonna pay for it? Another Atlas book, this is number 28 in that same series. This is in better condition. It has all the spine a couple of minor spine ticks, a little bit of rounding on the bottom corner. It is not pre-code. Early Silver Age. Now this next book is another really cool one, especially if you're a horror fan. Dark Mysteries, and I believe this is Fawcett. I'm not as smart as I used to be or have as good a memory, but great skeletons on the cover, all around cool going It's really nice. And the condition on these is, you know, this is going to be a solid 5. You could hope for better. I think it's very possible it could be better, but how I would grade it, how I would price it when I'm selling it in my shop, I'm going to price it at a 5. Another awesome pre-code. Tales of Terror and Suspense, Chamber of Chills. I was hoping that there was another one of these in there. This is number 22. Everyone is familiar with number 19. We were so close. Number 19 is the Misfits cover, Die Die My Darling. That's the original art, is from the Chamber of Chills, number 19. And we were so close. We were so close. But another cool horror cover, weirdos, girl stuck in a chamber, Cosmo Aging Machine. Yeah, very cool book. And really nice condition. Rolled spine, pop staple there. A little bit of rounding on the corners, but Chamber of Chills, pre-code, horror. Now this is what I was talking about earlier. We only had one in the lot, but this is the first one I've ever had. And it is an EC, The Vault of Horror, EC horror book, pre-code. Of course, because they weren't around after code. The whole comics code actually ended this company very quickly after them switching to, I think they started telling Bible stories and police stories, I think, and stuff like that. They were actually not allowed to use the word horror in any of their titles or terror in any of the titles. You got the Vault Keeper, the Crypt Keeper, and the Old Witch all on the cover. You know, iconic characters. And then of course the guy swinging from the news. Great book. Now another one, it's not EC, it's Ajax, but Haunted Thrills. What a great skull cover. Oh my God. This skull cover is amazing. And so this is the November issue. They don't have the number on it. You know, the pink cowl hood that he's wearing, and something to do with horse racing. But this book is really good. It's probably, if I was grading it, it's a solid 3.5, 4. It has some spine issues right here, and although not minor, it doesn't hurt the presentation of the book. So, all right, another pre-code horror book, Mystic, number 13, Lucky 13, on Atlas. This has a lot of spine issues. As you can see, it's rolled. There's a lot of spine ticks. There's a roll that actually broke the color. So if I was grading it, it'd be around a 2. Can you fix the spine roll? Of course you can. You're not gonna fix all the color breaks and the slightly popped staple. For black, it does present really well throughout the center. The water, all that looks fantastic. It's a great cover. Another pre-code Atlas book, Mystic number 33, pre-Marvel. You know, Atlas became Marvel Comics. It's really nice. The red presents really well. It's still very saturated. So is the yellow. It was not faded out. It's a cool book. All right, Mr. Mystery. This is on, it's MR Period Productions, which I'm not very familiar with. This is number 2. The artist is Andrew Esposito, and it's a great alien cover. I like that because they didn't carry that black all the way to the edge, which, you know, most comic people will probably like better, but this keeps the spine being the lighter color. It's in much better condition. A little filth, but there's not really any spine ticks breaking color. Yeah, it's a really solid book. Another one that I wish there had been multiples of was Black Cat Mystery. Cool book. The black popping on the green with the red. I mean, it's just really good design. I've said this a bunch of times, you know, I'll say it again, because not everybody was part of our channel back then, is that cover art should be commercial art. It should be what pulls the book off the shelf. It doesn't have to do anything with anything with what's going on in the interior of the book. It doesn't have to have the primary characters involved. It really just needs to be something that's so cool, I can't help but take it off the shelf. And that's advertising. That's not the art of storytelling. Two different things. It's a marriage in comics. Here's another American, what is it? I'm gonna have to put my glasses on. So this is like the 4th or 5th book. Seem to like get a lot of these American comics group, ACG, and this is one of their horror titles, Pre-Code Out of the Night. Other than needing a cleaning, it is a very solid book. Sub 5, solid 4, I would say a very solid 4. There is very minor spine ticks, less than 1/4 of an inch into the book. Great subject matter. They were big into those really big heads, these giant heads on covers. And this was number 16. And then this is number 17. More dragons or giant snakes. Another very solid book, all in that mid-grade range. There was another 10 books I decided not to show. They were very low, very low grade, 0.5s to 1 points, and they were like Looney Tunes, Walt Disney. So I was very happy that the worst condition books were the least valuable books. Yeah, there was one really cool, This Magazine is Haunted book, but it was only the cover. So, sadly, but it was a very cool looking book. So that's the entirety of what I had to show you today. Thanks for coming by. Stay tuned, we're gonna have more hauls. I have more of the Silver Age that I haven't finished going through. Sadly, I sold some of it. Not sadly, I'm a comic shop. I sell comics. Keep reading comics.